What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks to get you win some money over here on Prize Picks in the NBA tonight. As always, if you haven't checked out Prize Picks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, rebounds, assists, points, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, 3-pointers made, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go ahead and lock that in. Get that free money offer and start winning some money over here on Prize Picks with these picks today, guys. And if you are going to be very serious, would highly recommend you check out my premium content packages. We did have some more happy people over there in the winner circle this weekend. I wasn't able to put out some videos, but as always, still grinding with picks on the premium. A 5-star 2-man that I was on. If you don't have the VIP package, I'm always going to rank my plays from 5-star to 1. 5-star is going to be 2 units. The ones I'm really, really high on, I really liked the Anthony Davis fantasy score and Brandon Ingram PRA on Saturday. We got some great value, and they crushed on that one. So that was a 5-star 2-man that I was on that was able to cash in. I know a lot of people were happy with that one. And we had a lot more winners in the winner circle. Jack Frost cashed in on a 6-man, turning $5.20 into $130. We had Dode Zaytoven cashing in $40 into $120 with that Davis fantasy score and Shai Gilgeous points. And Connor Bark cashing in with the Hornets Orlando Magic game stack there on the right side. I've Supreme on the left, cashing in with that Ingram PRA Davis fantasy score, thrown in the 8 in first half fantasy, and Giannis Antetokounmpo fantasy, and then you had Sambo in the middle. That Franz Wagner 3-point was a great value. We were able to get that in before the Prize Picks team pulled that off the board. He was able to cash in, so many happy people over there in the winner circle once again this weekend, looking to continue the success over there. If you have not checked that out already, would highly recommend you do. That is linked below in the description, guys. These base tier packages, if you get access to my Discord, you're going to get access to the winner circle and the lower tier base package chat. So, for instance, if you're a Prize Picks NBA member, you're going to get that Prize Picks NBA chat down below. All VIP members have access to that. The lower tiers have access to that, and you're going to get the winner circle. But if you do get the VIP member package, that's the $49.99 a month option. You're going to get access to every single channel, all my tickets. As you can see, the channels, the value alerts, the core play tiers, the play of the day, the premium stats and projections tools. I had really liked that Davis play because I had it projected for 60. And you can see he did end up actually going out there and putting up pretty much 60 on the dot. So projections, you do get access to all those. And of course, I do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, the research. I'm going to be alerting you guys on all those tickets, all those value alerts. So you can get this in before those bumps do occur. I do try to give you guys 3 picks on the channels that hopefully won't bump, and or I get the video out as soon as I can so that you can get the value in before the bumps do occur. So you'll see a lot of fantasy score picks out of me. I'm going to have 3 more fantasy score picks for you guys today because in general, those tend to be the ones that bump the least. I do try to help the public out for free as much as I can as well. So we'll talk about it. If you enjoy this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Trying to get all these videos up to 500 likes. It is free. It takes 2 seconds. Dude does greatly help me out, and I will be helping you guys out for free all season long, providing this content for you. So we'll go game by game as we always do. And the first game I'd like to discuss is going to be the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Brooklyn Nets. This game comes in with a 220.5 over-under. It is an 8-point spread in favor of the LA Clippers. The Clippers have a nice 114.25 implied team total. And they got a fantasy score beast in Kawhi Leonard that I want to be targeting today. If you look at his last 2 weeks as far as his fantasy point per minute production, has really spiked up. He's been doing very, very good. Leads the entire team with a 28.9% usage rate. He's putting up 1.39 fantasy points per minute over that stretch. You look at his statistics on the season, just keep in mind, guys, Kawhi Leonard was limited for a large majority of the season. His entire season statistics, you're looking at 1.24 fantasy points per minute. You're also looking at only 32 minutes per game because he was playing very limited minutes for quite some time at the beginning of the season. That is no longer the case. You look at his game logs as far as how many minutes he's been playing in these games as of late. The minutes are going up in a big, big way. So just keep that in mind. Those statistics you're looking at over the entire season aren't always going to be as accurate as what we've been seeing the last 2 weeks. Once again, a 1.39 fantasy point per minute production as compared to his season-long 1.24. And then when we're looking at his game logs as far as how many minutes he's been playing per game here for Kawhi Leonard, as of late, all the way up to 40 minutes per game. I mean, 39, 40, 40, 41. You do the math. If this guy's going to go out there and play 40 minutes and put up 1.39 fantasy points per minute, he's going to be absolutely crushing his fantasy score as he has been doing very consistently as of late. You're looking at the last 5 here for Kawhi. at this 46.5 line. He's cleared this in 3 of the last 5. And I do have him projected way over. This is also a great matchup for Kawhi. The Nets have not been good against his position as far as how they've fared. They're giving up 29.6 fantasy point per game to small forward or starters, 6.6 rebounds, 5.8 field goals. And once again, he's playing 40.3 minutes in his last 3 games as compared to over a 28 game sample size before, only playing 33 minutes per game. So the minutes are way up. The fantasy point production's way up. Guy's been an absolute beast. And he gets a lot of blocks and steals. If you didn't know, you get 3 points for every one of those blocks and steals for the fantasy scoring format. He had 4 steals last time out, 2 blocks, 1 steal the time prior, 2 blocks, 5 steals the time prior, 1 block, 1 steal to go along with those 32 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. So he can get you there in so many different ways. Phenomenal defender, does a great job of scoring, obviously. Big usage rate, and the minutes have been up in a big way. Great matchup. Everything matching up here for Kawhi Leonard at this 46.5 fantasy score. I do have him projected to go out there and put up 50+ tonight. So, once again, I do think we're getting some nice value on this for pick number 1. We're going with the over 46.5 fantasy score here for Kawhi Leonard. That will be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to kick it down to this up-tempo Sacramento Kings Houston Rockets game. It's a 233 over-under, 5.5 point spread in favor of the Sacramento Kings. So it is expected to stay close, is expected to fly. No surprise, 2 of the fastest-paced teams in the league. Also, 2 of the worst defensive teams in the entire league, so I expect there to be a lot of scoring in this one. Not a lot of defense. Houston ranks 27th overall in effective field goal percentage, allowing opponents to shoot 55.9% from the field. Sacramento ranks 26th overall, allowing opponents to shoot 55.7% from the field. So not going to be a lot of defense. Should play at a very quick pace, as this 233 over-under indicates. And I want to talk about a guy that's been really shooting the ball well as of lately, but also the fantasy score production has gone up, and that's going to be Eric Gordon. There continues to be no Kevin Porter Jr. on this Houston Rockets team, which obviously is going to give some more usage to some of the other guys, and Eric Gordon has been one of those guys. Look at how he's been faring as of late. 34, 35, 34 minutes. He's playing in the mid-30s. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 28 points. Last time out the time prior, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 25 points. 7 assists in this one, 2 steals, 24 points. So he's been dishing out some dimes, grabbing a few rebounds here and there from being on the floor, and then also contributing in that steals category, which of course we just talked about can go a long way when it comes to fantasy score. And he gets to take on this Sacramento Kings team. Should be a great match for him. 113.75 implied team total for his team. And once again, a guy that his fantasy point production has been up in a major way. You look at his season-long statistics as far as Eric Gordon, 0.7 fantasy points per minute on the season with an 18% usage rate. We look at the last 2 weeks for this Houston squad. He's second on the team with a 24.3% usage rate, and he's putting up 0.97 fantasy points per minute. So practically a fantasy point per minute. Obviously, that's a big difference in what he was putting up prior as far as Kevin Porter Jr. out as far as the last 2 weeks. And you look at where his fantasy score prop is set over here on Prizepicks. Once again, just simply too low in my opinion. 22.5 fantasy score. You do the math. If the guy's been putting up essentially a fantasy point per minute and he's playing 35 minutes, he's probably going to be scoring in the mid-30s here tonight, as he has these last few times out. You look at the fantasy point production in the last 3 games, 36, 36, and 41 fantasy points, respectively, over these last 2. He's cleared in 4 of the last 5. Don't expect that to slow down here in this type of a game environment with a 233 over-under against a Sacramento Kings squad that, like we mentioned, is one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So I think we're getting some really good value on this prop for sure at the 22.5 fantasy score line for Eric Gordon. Certainly a prop that I want to be attacking today. Just kind of explained it. No Kevin Porter Jr. The usage is up. The fantasy point per minute production's up. The minutes are up. He's having a much larger role here for this Houston Rockets team as of late. All these reasons, I think this 22.5 fantasy score line is simply too low. For pick number 2, we're going with the over 22.5 fantasy score here for Eric Gordon for pick number 2. And then pick number 3, we got another stud that I want to be targeting tonight in this Oklahoma City Thunder Golden State Warriors game. 234 over under 4-point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Another game that should fly here. Oklahoma City Thunder coming into Golden State as underdogs here with a 115 implied total. And they got a guy you might have heard of before named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, absolute stud. He's got a 32% usage rate on the season, putting up 1.43 fantasy points per minute. And once again, his usage and his fantasy point production has been way up over the last 2 weeks. 35.4% usage rate with 1.68 fantasy points per minute. That is really, really good. That's going to put him up in like Giannis, Luka Doncic territory as far as the fantasy point per minute production over these last 2 weeks. He's been that good. And certainly a matchup I want to be targeting him. And the Golden State Warriors are the fastest paced team in the entire NBA, which we've talked about a lot on this channel. And once again, a guy that's going to get a lot of blocks and steals for you to go along with every other thing that he does along this game log. You can see 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 42 points last time against the Houston Rockets team. That game turned into a blowout. He could have put up an even bigger score if he had played his full allotment of minutes like he typically does in the mid to upper 30s. Time prior, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 24 points. Time prior, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, 31 points. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, 35 points. So you get the point. Contributes in every category, contributes in those blocks and steals. We're talking about the biggest pace-up matchup you could possibly ask for, taking on a Warriors team. Shai Gilgeous, expect him to continue to crush. And once again, that fantasy point production over this last 2 weeks has been phenomenal, man. 1.68 is ridiculously good. Certainly a guy I want to continue to target. And another guy that I do have projected over for his fantasy score here today. 51.5 fantasy score line. He just played this Golden State Warriors team. Came up a little bit short on that one where he put up 50.3. But I do not expect that to be the case tonight. Do have him projected to go out there and score in the mid-50s. If not higher, obviously, he's got a ceiling of 60+, as we saw last time out, putting up 70.8 against Houston. Not too long ago, in the first 2 games here, you see where he cleared. He put up 62 and 60, respectively, against Cleveland and Atlanta. And the Warriors giving up 41.2 fantasy points per game to point guard starter, 7.7 assists, 8.1 field goals. They've been giving up a lot of points. No surprise, as far as I'm concerned. Once again, fastest paced team in the league. You put this type of guy in this game environment with the fantasy point production he's had as of late, and you add that pace, it's going to be a lot of opportunity for him to really go out there and have a big game. And once again, love the fantasy score prop here for Shai Gilgeous for pick number 3. We're going with the over 51.5 fantasy score here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that will be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium, once again, I've got a bunch more to offer over there. Already gave a bunch of value alerts this morning, some tickets, some guys that I know are going to get bumped. I'm sending those in as soon as I possibly can. Once again, this VIP member package is the most popular, and you're going to get the most bang for your buck. I'm really ramping that up. You got the lounge where we can chat up about pretty much anything, the value alerts, Prizepicks tickets, underdog tickets, monkey knife fight tickets, the core play tiers number 1, 2, and 3, so you can see which my favorite plays are. The VIP play of the day, been on a roll with that. The research tab, the community voting, the community ticket building. So not only myself, but you're going to get access to all those other smart brains in the VIP. And general rule of thumb, the people you surround yourself with are the people you're going to become. Everyone grinding, working hard. You're naturally just going to become better at these props apps. Kind of how it goes. So would love to have you join. And if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, you can use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today when you do so. So best of luck. We will see you guys in the next one.